So this was advertised on Facebook Marketplace as broken HDMI ports on a 3070 not working. I took the punt, purchased it, and what I did next and what happens is going to freak you out. G'day guys, and welcome to a new episode of Fix It Up Computers, Flip or Bust. So basically what we've done is we picked up a computer from a gentleman not far from here that advertised his computer as an i5-8400, but he actually just copied the Windows specs now. It does have integrated graphics, so he actually advertised it with the integrated graphics and he didn't add no GPU, but it also said under the storage capacity, add your storage. So I asked him about the storage devices. He had no idea. He knows nothing about computers. He just wanted to go on. So I threw at him $150. He accepted the offer. It's got 8 gigs of RAM. It actually had a Zotac 1060 6 gigabyte version, which is better than the integrated graphics. Now we are going to upgrade some parts. We are going to do a case change, and then we're going to try and flip it, or it's going to go south and we're not going to make any money out of it. But that's the goal. Let's get it going. Let's finish it, build it, test it, stress test it, and then put it for sale. Tune in for the rest of the video. So this is a computer that we actually purchased. As you can see, I've added an extra 2 gigs of RAM onto it to make it 16 gigabytes in total. But the Zotac GPU, he's got it on the bottom of the PCI Express. I don't know why they have it down the bottom, but he said Scorpion Technology actually built it for him. I don't think Scorpion Technology is going to make that mistake, put a GPU on the bottom PCI Express, because obviously we all know that this one's faster than what the bottom one is. But yeah, the plan is we're going to transfer everything over from this case onto a nice white, fully RGB case. Then we're going to test it all up, make sure it's all running nice and smooth, take some proper photos and advertise it and try and make a nice flip. These are the current specifications of the computer. So you can see it's got the Intel i5-8400 CPU, which is a 6-core and 6-thread processor, which is more than enough and more than capable of playing any current game at 1080p. We've got 16 gigs of RAM running at the 2400. We'd like to get 3200, but for the price that we paid, obviously we're not going to sit there and complain, are we? It's also got a 2 terabyte, which is 1.8 in Windows of extra storage, with a 234 gig NVMe drive, which is going to be perfect for Windows and make those boot times and also, browsing around a computer a lot faster. And the GPU is the NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1060. I'm thinking we might throw a 1070 in here. I don't know if there'll be much difference, but we will look at some benchmarks to see if it's actually worth just upgrading to the 1070 to try and make a little bit more money out of it. But let's get it going now. I'm actually quite excited to try this new electric screwdriver that I purchased off Amazon today. It's nice and it feels good in the hand. It's not like those little flimsy ones that you purchase. It's nice and big, but it also comes with a carry case that's got all the bits that you need to pull things out of the computer. So excited to use this, better than sitting there, manually turning, each screw around. So hopefully it's going to make our job a lot easier, but let's get to it. Now, the first thing you want to do whenever you're pulling the computer apart is to start off by removing the GPU, take off all the cabling, okay, then remove the screws to the case, then we pull it out and then we start transferring everything over. But also we've got a 550 watt Silverstone power supply, which is going to be more than enough to actually do what we need it to do. Let's have a look how we use this. Okay, it's the first time using it, so okay, that one is to, let me just double check. No, that's the Titan. Try that one there. Okay, well, we've got our first issue. Our first issue is just too short. Why wouldn't they make it longer? Surely they've got... No, it's just a battery. I mean, surely you'd think they'd have something to make it longer, wouldn't they? No, they don't. But let's test it on these screws here. Oh, wow. That's powerful. I think that'll go here. Oh, yeah, it's good there. Absolutely. But trying to take these screws off. Oh, here we go. Perfect. Oh, yes, this is great. Oh, no. There's no magnet. Oh. Ah. What do I mean? Good. Kids. It actually does have a magnet. It does have a magnet. Beautiful. Okay, once you remove the 2 screws, unplug the power to the video card. Little clip down here, press it down, and the video card should just come straight up. There's the card. Now we'll put it aside. That was a lot of dust. Then we move on to the cabling. So remove the first cable, remove the bottom cables down the bottom for the front USB, front power switches and everything like that. Then we'll take out the 24 pin, which doesn't want to come out. And then we'll take out the CPU pins, the plug from the top, and get rid of this little fan. Where's he's got this fan connected to? Okay. Yeah, to connect it to the CPU. All right, let's start taking out these screws. Perfect, that one didn't want to come out. Oh, that's so much easier, Jesus. But the screws, the magnet's pretty weak on it. I would have liked it to come better magnet. There's no strength on it. Falls off straight away. Come on, man. That's the only downside of this whole screwdriver set for me. But you know what? We don't need to take them out. We'll just unscrew them and then we pull the board out. They'll fall out. But look how good that is. Some screws want to hold on, some screws don't. That one didn't as well. Okay, any more screws? I think there's one up here. I love the torch on it too. Perfect. Oh my God, that is so much easier than... What else holding on to this? Ooh, one in the corner. One in the back corner, which I think we might have to get the screwed off. Oh, I got it. Perfect. Okay. There we go. Excellent. Now we'll get rid of this. Take one more USB cable out from here. And the SATA. So we'll just take out the screws that we couldn't pull out beforehand. Now what we're going to do is before we transfer all the parts into a new case, we're just going to get a... Where is it? We're just going to get our trusty blower and give it a nice blow and clean, and then we'll start transferring everything over into the new case. Jesus, look at this. Look at how dirty this is. Wow, I've never seen a hard drive that dirty. Like, honestly, how does it get that dirty? And these things should just come off. It just clips. Oh yeah, here we go. That is so silly. All right, so we're going to clean the hard drive. The power supply is absolutely putrid. Power supply is absolutely putrid as well. So we're going to give this a clean, give that a clean, clean the board up, and then we will start building. Jesus, that's a lot of dust. So first things first, you just want to get a rag, spray some, I use Windex. I mean, obviously, you don't want to use anything that's going to make the hard drive or any other component not work, but just give it a nice little wipe. Presentation is the key whenever you're transferring everything over from one case to another. That's actually brand spanking new now. Put that aside. Power supply. Don't want to get any Windex inside the actual holes from the power supply, so again, do not spray the power supply directly. Just, okay, that's clean now. So what we'll do, we'll get the blower, set it to matching speed. And now the motherboard, and then the video card. Now the case we've decided to go with is the Black Factual Focus 2. It's got 2 ARGB fans on the front. I think it's only got the 2, so we might add some ARGBs to the actual case itself, but it's a very nice case. I think the system will look actually really nice in this, so let's get transferring. So we take off the front side, then take off the 2 screws at the back. I don't know why, I mean, with all new cases, they seem to have this thing where they tie everything down, they cable tie everything. It's like, why? I mean, you're gonna have to take these off to start building the case anyway, so just let them loose, let them run loose. There's no need for you to tie them. It's just a waste of time. I mean, ideally, I'd like to open up the case and go bang, straight away, I'm ready to go. But not the case, obviously. There's cable ties everywhere. Once you get your case all opened up and ready to go, the first thing you want to do is drop your motherboard straight into where the little standoffs are. Line up the actual heat plate. The good thing about the I/O plate, the good thing about this board, it's got an inbuilt I/O plate, which is going to make things a lot easier. It's a used PC, trying to source an I/O plate near impossible. Okay, so that's all lined up. Now, it did come with different screws. I don't know which screw this actual case uses, but it came with screws, so we're going to try. Using an electric screwdriver is a game changer. Oh my God, that was sensational. Perfect, that's in. Next thing I want to do is work on the front connection. So we'll get all the front connections plugged in, then we'll put the power supply in, then we'll plug in the extra hard drive, then we'll get the cable management nice and clean, and then we're going to install Windows on it. Let's turn the case around. So once you turn the case around, you grab all the front connections here. I think you leave the SATA one out here because this is for the RGBs. So leave the SATA one out there. You just need the USB 3.0. You just need the HD audio plug, and you possibly need to get the front connections, which is only one connection apparently. It's only a power switch. Surely there'd be more, wouldn't it? I mean, reset button? Hello? Does it have a reset button? Apparently not. Okay, so the first one we're going to connect is the USB 3.0. So the first cable you want to plug in is the HD audio, which is, as you can see, let me get some camera focus. As you can see, it is down there. You can see here how there's one pin missing. Okay, now the same thing when you look at the cable for the HD audio, you can see that there's an actual block there. So what you want to do is where that actual pin is missing, you got to twist the cable around so it can actually line up with it. Okay, we'll plug it down, push it in, and then the USB 3.0 would be on the side over here, and then a front connection will be down here somewhere. All right, let's get those plugged in and then move on to the power supply. Now, as you can see with the front connection, the power button is labeled and it'll be right up there. So to do so, get your power connection, make sure that the power is facing up. So where the writing is facing up, that's where the positive is first. And just plug it in. That's in perfectly fine. Perfect. Now, I'm not going to edit this video, guys. You've seen where I've plugged it in. We're going to see if it actually works on the first go. So the USB 3.0 is right there. Guys, what you want to do is get the USB 3.0 cable, which is the back of the case. The best way to slide it in is just through here, the gap over here. Try and get it so, obviously, you try and get the cable management nice and neat. So give it a nice little twist so the cable is bent outwards, not inwards. And that's plugged in. That looks nice like that. We're going to move on to the power supply. We'll start putting the hard drives in, the RGBs, and then we'll see if we get Windows booted up and installed. Okay, so the power supply is now placed into the actual case. Now we actually got to screw it in. So you line up the actual holes for the power supply, and then you start screwing into the case. So simple. This is going to complete my life. Satisfaction. I love it. Now, let's turn the case around. I'll put it in each plug, 24 pin CPU plug into the video card, plug in the hard drive, do the RGBs, and then we're going to boot into Windows. Okay, now the first plug we want to get into the power is the 24 pin plug. Okay, so we'll get everything out of the way, and the 24 pin we all know is up here generally. So we just push the cable in from the side. Up here, look where the hatch is. The latch, not the hatch, the latch. Twist. Again, like we did last summer. Oh, let's twist again. I just do this by feel now, guys, because I've done it that many times. I don't actually need to look. So that one's in. Then we'll do the CPU, which is always up the top here. Then we'll do the video card. Okay, it's time for the final reveal, guys. We've got it all connected. We've done the best we can for cable management. Have a look at that. I mean, I would have liked it if this factual case had the power supply shroud, but it doesn't. But I mean, that's as neat as you're going to get a nice build like that without the power supply shroud. But as you guys can remember, we did put in the front connector the first time, and I generally know things are going to go peaceful. Generally know things are going to go well if the computer boots up the first time. If it doesn't, then we're going to run into some problems. But without further ado, let's get going. 3, 2, 1, bang. Oh my God. Okay, it's going to do some memory testing, but video card's on, mouse is flickering. We're going to post. We're actually going to post. We're going to post. I feel it. I feel it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Please, 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 please. We're going to post. I'm telling you now, it's going to post. Keyboard, mouse, everything lit up. Motherboard's lit up. Fans are spinning. Monitor's not turning on, but I don't actually think that's a computer issue. I think that's the actual screen itself. Let's plug the power into the actual monitor itself. So move things forward. Generally what I have to do, I don't know why with this screen, is just take out the power to the screen, plug it back in, and that should pick up now. Wait for it. Told ya. I told you. We booted. Now the good thing about it is I've actually pre-installed Windows on about 10 different drives. So it's as simple as just plugging it in now. Okay, it's latest updates on the actual drive itself. So all we have to do is update the drivers, install some games, and we're ready for benching. But let's have a look how the computer actually came out. Now, one thing's not working at the moment is the RGBs. As you can see, the RGBs are not working. It was so hard trying to close that side panel as well, because they don't have an actual position in this case where you can put all the power supply cables, excess cables. So now we're gonna have to open it again and find out why the RGBs aren't working. Give me 2 seconds, it'll be fixed. Simple fix, it was just the ARGB cable fell off the actual switch itself. So let's put the cover back on and start checking temperatures and everything like that. The final product. Tell me what you think about the cable management, guys. It's actually as good as it's going to get. Okay, let's have a look and check out the specs of the actual computer itself. So we've got the GTX 1070 Founders Edition with a 2 terabyte extra storage hard drive, a 250 gigabyte NVMe drive for Windows and just browsing in general. We've got 16 gigabytes of RAM running at 24 mega transfers, and we've got the i5 8400 CPU with 6 cores and 6 logical processors. Now, I think Windows has already been updated with the latest updates. Let me just confirm that. Let's have a look. So Windows will have a look if there's any updates available. Then we're going to tweak the actual system, debloat it. And we're going to install core temp, make sure all the temperatures are good. And then if we have time, we'll install some games and do some benchmarks on it. So Windows has completely been updated. What we're going to do now, guys, is just head on over to the Chris Titus tool and just debloat Windows. I hate Windows 10. Once you first install it, there is just so much stuff installed in the background that you just need to get rid of, guys. So in order to do the Chris Titus tool, head on over to Chris Titus tool on Google. Click on the first website, which is christitus.com/windows-tool. Go down and copy this command. Click copy. Scroll down the bottom of your computer and write PowerShell. Right click on PowerShell and run as administrator. Click yes. Once you get the first command, Control V, press paste, and then it will open up. Okay, once it's opened up, what you want to do, guys, is head on over to tweaks. Click on standard. That will select all the standard tweaks that your computer will run for you. Untick disk cleanup because it's just a fresh install of Windows, so you don't need to really have disk cleanup on this early. Restore point's not important because there's nothing to restore, it's just a fresh copy of Windows. Start menu, give it the previous layout. Disable hibernation. Hold down and get rid of all these extra background things that you're not going to use. I don't use any Adobe products. I don't use any Bravo products. I don't use Microsoft Edge, although you might want to leave Microsoft Edge for now because we haven't got Google Chrome installed. So if we get rid of that, then we won't have any Internet Explorers. But we could just click on debloat. So that will debloat Edge. Get rid of OneDrive. Get rid of everything else here. Storage, Sense, Torito, Visual Effects, reduce to Visual Effects. Once you've selected them all, click on Run Tweaks, and that will run in the background here. Once it's complete, restart your computer, then we'll do the next step. So while that's running in the background, guys, we'll just give it a few minutes to talk about what we actually did. So this week, it was just about collecting as much inventory I can for actual builds. So we're going to be quite flat out this week, guys. I've got about 8 or 9 machines worth of inventory. I picked up all these video cards, CPUs. It's mainly going to be AMD CPUs. So they were a lot easier to get to the Intels. And I just think with AMDs for gaming, generally I think AMD runs better than Intel. So the next build will be an AMD. But I mean, with this system here, like I said, the man who sold it to me had no idea about computers. All he did was he purchased it from Scorptech, I think 5 years ago, as he mentioned. He just used it. I reckon he might have upgraded the video card along the way because there's no chance that Scorptech is going to put the Zotac video card in the bottom PCI slot. That makes no sense to put the video card down the bottom. So I think somewhere along the line, he has upgraded the video card because, I mean, he's advertised it as a great gaming machine when it's got integrated Intel graphics. I mean, there's no chance you're going to be able to play the latest games on 1080p with the integrated graphics on there. I think it was a UD85 or something along those lines. So you're not going to have much luck playing games on those. But we've upgraded the RAM, so we went up to 16 gigs. We put a better video card, the 1070 Founders Edition. We've installed a fresh copy of Windows. I mean, it's got all the ingredients to be a fantastic gaming machine at 1080p. The i5-8400, 6 cores, 6 logical processors, it's going to be more than enough to game at 1080p. I mean, you can try and run at 1440. That's the win, please excuse me. So you can try and run it at 1440, but I don't think you're going to be able to get the performance you're going to get if you're running at 1080p. But this is what I do to all systems. So once I build them, I completely update every single thing on them. So update the BIOS, update the drivers, do the latest Windows updates, debloat Windows. Just want to make sure that as soon as the person that buys the computer off me turns it on, he's just going to be satisfied. He's not going to be like, oh, why is it sluggish? Why is the CPU usage so high? Why is the memory usage so high? So, I mean, that's what I brand myself over. That's why I made this YouTube channel, to show you guys that not only do we build the machines here, but we also do tweak them. And this new segment that I've got, guys, flip or bust, it's going to be great. Our starting budget, I'm going to look at all the inventory. And I reckon I spent about 2 or 3 grand this week on inventory, but we're just going to start with what this system cost me alone. So this system here cost me, I think it was $220 all up. That's what the system actually cost. So we're going to start the wallet off at minus 220, and hopefully we can sell this for 400, 450, make a good $200, $225 profit. And from there, I want to see how far we can get by the end of the season, guys. Once I gain a little bit more traction, guys, I'll start doing, the actual PCs as giveaways. It'll be a lot more community orientated channel. If you have any questions, if you have any requests, if you guys want to see me do a different kind of build, a special build, a water calling build, whatever it may be, guys, leave a comment below, let me know, and I'm gonna obviously read through the comments, the comment that makes most sense, and we'll get building. Continue and restart this computer and get everything else organized. As you can see, the Chris Titus Weeks is now complete. What we want to do is just restart the computer. That's it. I mean, that was how quick Windows actually loaded. So what you want to do now is basically go to add, remove programs, and just get rid of everything that you're not going to use. We're not going to use 3D Viewer. Everything that's clustered in your computer, you want to get rid of it. If anybody wants to use a camera, you can install his own camera. I hate Copilot, get rid of Copilot. Get rid of Cortana, don't need you, Cortana. Films and videos, I think is the most useless thing ever. Mail and Commander, who doesn't use Thunderbird these days? Maps, I don't need a map on my computer, I've got a map on my phone. 365 Copilot, it's just so much shit that Microsoft forces down your throat. So OneDrive, especially, this one's a real resource killer. It's one of the first things I actually get rid of once I tweak a PC. So that one's gone. I don't even know what on hell is mobile plans, but that's going. OneNote, operator messages. These are all just new things I actually haven't seen yet. Might have been a new update that I haven't been made aware of. Photos, you want to keep photos, you want to get rid of Skype. Remote desktop connection, get rid of that. Skipping, yeah, we already got this. We already got the snipping tool, so you need that. Who the hell plays solitaire these days? Sticky notes, you got Notepad, so you don't need that. Voice recorder, who wants to record their voice on their computer anyway? Weather, get rid of weather. Get rid of Xbox consoles, get rid of Xbox Live, and that is your computer completely debloated when it comes to actually things that are installed in the background. I already got rid of you, Cortana. What are you still doing here? Anyway, I don't want to restart now. So after everything is uninstalled on what you don't need, what you want to do is now just make sure that your NVIDIA drivers are tweaked. So open up your NVIDIA control panel where it says OpenGL rendering. Click on NVIDIA GeForce, whatever your GeForce card that you're running. Obviously, I've got the 1070. Power management, you want to go to prefer maximum performance. Scroll down to where it says texture filtering. Go to high performance. Scroll down to where it says, where is it? VSync, always off. There's also shader cache size. Go to unlimited. Low latency mode, go on ultra. Those settings are all done now, so you're just going to apply these settings. Let's download Core Temp now and check what the temperatures are. So these are the current temperatures. Done all the uninstallation of the apps and tweaked the NVIDIA drivers. That's not bad. Hovering around max temperature 34 at the moment. Temperature here was 45 degrees, currently idling around 34, which is not bad. That's a pretty good temperature for the 8400. Kind of do run pretty hot unless you put the AI coolers or any additional coolers. But the name of this game is try and save as much money as we can to try and maximize the profit. But guys, honestly, for what we paid for it, this machine looks absolutely fantastic. I reckon the first person that comes and sees this computer will absolutely buy it, just for the fact that it's going to be listed at a nice affordable price. I mean, where else are you going to get a 1070 computer with an NVMe drive? The 16 gigs of RAM. It's a nice, very nice motherboard. It's not one of those cheap micro ATX boards. You get a nice power supply, nice fractional case. But overall, I actually think that this build's going to be a successful one for us. But what I want to do is just basically get rid of anything that's running in the background that we don't need. Head on over to personalize, then click on themes, scroll over to desktop icons up at the top. Let me just zoom out a little bit so you guys can see. There we go. Desktop icons on the top, tick computer, tick user profiles, click apply, and that will move it onto your desktop. Let's have a look at a desktop. You can see that we've got a 250 gig main drive on the actual extra storage drive. I don't know why metal's installed on that drive. That actually came with the computer, but let's format it so it's nice and fresh. Now I'm going to download Epic Games so we can download Fortnite and run that, but I mean that's going to be a bit later on tonight. I'm not going to do it now. There's still a while until it downloads. We will install Fortnite, and as I've always explained to you guys, there will be YouTube short for this actual build to show you how the performance on Fortnite and a few other games run. Obviously in Fortnite and Cyberpunk, there'll be a few games that I will test it in. Sure to tune into the short, guys. Obviously, I'm going to run a few games to show you guys what a system like this, obviously, if you're budgeting, what it can do and what the performance on games are. So that'll be up hopefully next 24 to 48 hours. So I just thought I'm going to share with you guys. I can't believe what I just found out, guys. So as I was pulling this apart to back it up, it says extension bar, right? I'm like, oh, okay. So it says extension bar. Where's the extension bar? I can't believe this. So you basically pull this up, open it up, and we've got ourselves a very own extension bar. I am so wrapped with this now. This is going to help out so much. It's going to pull off all those annoying screws that I couldn't get to before. I was trying to yank it in with no bloody, oh, don't worry about it. This is fantastic. Highly recommend this tool set, guys. Honestly, this is one of the best electric screwdriver sets I've actually used. Comes with a nice charger as well. Not nice, just comes with a charger. Right, but the good thing about it is you actually don't have to ever worry about sitting there taking off, because you know when you buy electric screw sets, sometimes, here, I've got one as an example. I bought this. My 3-year-old son has got more power to take off screws than this thing. This is the most useless electric screwdriver I've ever purchased. It said Amazon chosen, everybody's been buying it, but everybody's got the same review. It's shite, don't get it. So I took a punt at this one. I wanted something nice and big in the hand where you're not grabbing something so flimsy and small. This is perfect, guys. Pack straight in, close the box up, lock it up, and off you go. Ouch, that hurt. I closed my finger. Closed. Perfect. And in the meantime, Fortnite is currently installing. It is, you know what? I've ran a Ethernet cable out from the inside to the outside because this is where I do all my setups. And it's surprisingly going really, really quick. It's downloading at 485 megabits a second. Hope you guys have enjoyed this video. You've seen how the computer looked when it first came in. You've seen what it looks like when it's going out. We're going to advertise it on Facebook Marketplace. We don't have Java like people have in America, which I wish we did have, because it seems like one of the blokes, Tech Source I watch on YouTube, seems to be selling everything on Java. But hopefully, I mean, if you go to Java, it says it might come to Australia soon. But for now, the only thing we really have is Gumtree, which I think is a dead marketplace. And we got Facebook Marketplace, which I think is working good. I'm selling all my systems there, but I just want to, obviously, I would like to have more variety. I think with eBay, everybody just expects to get everything, you know, at $100 because they think no one's going to bid, which is generally the case. Nobody bids on eBay anymore. Everyone just tunes into Facebook Marketplace. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I'm open to criticism. I'm open to love comments as well. So if you like the way I do these videos, please let me know. If there's something you don't like about the video, again, let me know in the comments. More feedback is obviously going to make me a better content creator and produce content that you guys obviously want to watch. I don't think there's many people in Australia that does what I do. So if you guys help out and join me on this journey, we could possibly be the #1 tech source of Australia. Thank you guys. God bless, stay safe, and until the next video. Do you know what? I couldn't end the video like that. I have to show you guys how Fortnite runs, so let's get into it. Turns out I haven't updated my NVIDIA drivers yet. Since I launched Fortnite, it told me that the drivers were outdated. Yeah, that's correct, because I did have the 1060 beforehand, and I just assumed that downloading the latest 1060 to the latest 1070s would install. Just install the new ones for the 1070. A few moments later. The one thing I hate about NVIDIA drivers is, man, they take ages to install. It is literally a driver. NVIDIA Experience is already installed. Why does it have to go through the entire process every time just to install your driver? It takes literally 5 to 10 minutes to install a bloody video card driver. But anyway, that's almost done. I can't wait to see how Fortnite runs. And she is complete. You know what? You don't have to usually restart your computer when you install NVIDIA drivers, but I'm going to restart it anyway, just to make sure everything's going to be running smooth. In the meantime, while that is booting up, this is some of our inventory that we've picked up this week. These are some of the video cards. These are some of the CPUs, more video cards. Picked up a lot of SSDs, a lot of memory as well. A lot of memory. We've also got a lot more inventory in the back. We picked up about 10 cases. We got about 11 power supplies. We've got more motherboards. So this is another system. This is a 5900X, and it came with an all-in-one cooler. This one's going to be an absolute beast. I think I'm going to team this one up with the 3070 or the 4060 overclock. I just think when you advertise the computer, if you put 4060 white computer as the description, they sell faster. I think white sells faster than black. I don't know why. People just like the cleaner look of the white PCs. I mean, I've been selling quite a few in the last month and a half, and everyone that has approached to buy the computers, I've actually asked them why they, chose this one, and they said it was because it was white. I think moving forward, we're just going to go over the white builds. I've got a couple of fractional cases, because this one bloke had about 7 cases that he was selling at one go, and he gave it to me for $30 each. So, I mean, it was a bargain, something I couldn't pass on. So we've loaded up on the cases and the power supplies and the motherboards and the CPUs, and we're ready to build the computer every single day and hopefully start advertising them. So I will update you guys via YouTube Shorts on the first sale of the system that we're testing right now. It doesn't take long. So as soon as that one's sold, we'll release another episode, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and so on. Yeah, and just basically go from there and see how we go. Launching Fortnite. Hopefully this runs good. I hope it runs good. It should run good. We'll see if it runs good. I actually don't have my headphones. Uh-oh. So we're running performance mode, and Fortnite makes you restart. Restarting Fortnite. So we're just going to go to some zero build, because I have no idea how to build on this game. I am not a Fortnite player, as I mentioned every time I play this game in the videos. I merely just load it up to test it to see if it's playable. So when I do advertise it, I say Fortnite runs really well. This is also not a gaming screen, guys. It's a 75 hertz screen, so it's not going to give us the best visuals. But obviously, because it is the first time we are running Fortnite, it does do shaders and everything like that. So wait for that to clear up, then we'll get a true indication of how the game's going to run. Okay, in the plane, we're looking at 240 FPS, which is wowzers. Okay, so there hasn't been any lag or any buffering or any hard drive lag or anything like that. We're getting 150 to 170 frames. Where's the guns? Let me pick up the gun. There we go. One down. 2 down. 3 down. Oh my God, team wipe. Let's go. What are you? What are you? What do I do with you? Creates a fiery burst when you deal enough damage to an enemy. Okay. Give that a go. I actually have no idea what this little fire looking thing in my backpack actually does. Let me know in the comments, guys, if this is running better than what you guys expected. I mean, we got view and all that stuff on high. We're running in performance mode, but this is running unbelievable. Like, I don't know if you guys can see it from the actual recording, but from my screen, it is smooth as anything. There's no like lag or hard drive loading or stuttering or anything like that. It's just nice and smooth. Bravo. Where is it? Oh, we're getting shot right here. There's no sound, so I couldn't tell. There's one. Aimbot, aimbot. Two. Three. Oh my God. Team wipe, double team wipe. Somebody stop this man. Guys, I do not play Fortnite. I don't play it. I'm playing with no sound as well. Look at the frames, over 200. This is unbelievable. The bloke who buys this computer. I don't even know what just happened. I was winning. I was so happy. Damn you, Scuba Steve. I was on 8 kills, man. I was going to drop a 20 bomb easily at the pace I was going at. But as you guys can see, so at the start of the video, I told you guys about the situation with the 3070. Customer advertised it for $100 because the HDMI ports were broken, and he said it was not working. Well, that's what he thought, at least anyway. I went to his house. He had a 300 or 350 watt power supply, and this thing wouldn't boot up because he didn't have DisplayPort cables and the HDMIs were broken. So you know what? I took a gamble. It looked like he had no idea about, just getting himself a DisplayPort cable and testing it out there, and it might work. Long and behold, I came home. I actually didn't do a single thing on this, guys. Put it into the system, put in DisplayPort, and it booted up. I ran a few games, ran absolutely cool. There was no issues whatsoever. This is going to go into a new build, which is going to be the 5900X build that I purchased, but that's for another video. But absolutely stoked. Where else can you get a 3070 these days for $100?